I cannot return without that page. You, my friend, can bring that page to me. Oh, I pray you believe my story above the lies that my sons have told you. If you could find it in yourself to return that page to me here in Dunny, I could go to Myst and bring justice to my sons for what they've done. I must return to my writing. I pray that you believe me. Please hurry. Bring the page. Bring the page with you.
Right. So we're going to go ahead and save here again real quick. Just to save a little bit of time so we don't have to go through this explanation again. Now, the last false ending happens if you link to Dunny without the page. Just doing a little bit of exploration. Dunny is, I believe, in the real world, but it's the ancient civilization. It's like hidden deep underground, remember? And this room is sealed off. Now let's see what Atris has to say.
Ah, my friend. Ah, you've returned. We meet face to face. The page. Did you bring the page?
Nope, sorry.
You didn't bring the page. You didn't bring the page. What kind of fool are you? Ah. Did you not take my warning seriously? Welcome to Dunny. You and I will live here forever.
Like I said, the last false ending is we're stuck here in Dunny with Atris. No way out. There's really nothing to do here. So let's go ahead and load that up. Now, I don't remember offhand whether or not he mentioned how to get the last page, the white page. But do you guys remember that the piece of paper we found that was split into two halves? It mentioned something about a marker switch vault. That's what we have to do. Now, all the marker switches are already turned on. Remember, I went around turning them on the very beginning of the game. And I did that for this very reason. I mean, yeah, it makes them all show up on the map, but I turned them all on for this specific reason. Now, this said turn them all on and then turn the one at the dock off. And there we have the last page. The white page. Back into the fireplace. Come on. There we go. Now we have to do this one more time. Oops. There we go. Back around to the book. And now we can link to Dunny. And meet up with Atris.
Ah, my friend. You've returned. And the page. Did you bring the page?
Yep.
Ah, give it to me.
Here you are.
You've done the right thing. I have a difficult choice to make. sons have betrayed me. I know what I must do. I shall return shortly.
One thing I've always loved about the Myst series is how it uses real-life full-motion videos in 3D environments to give. It really gives a semblance that it's a real place. Now, granted, it doesn't work so well with realMyst because the visuals aren't quite as good.
Oh, I have many questions for you, my friend, but my rating cannot wait. I fear that my long delay may have already had a catastrophic impact on the world in which my wife Catherine is being held hostage.
It's hard to hear, Atris. I gotta turn up my speakers.
Oh, reward. I'm sorry, but all I have to offer you is the library on the island of Myst. The books that are contained there. Feel free to explore at your leisure. I hope your explorations are satisfying. You will no longer have my sons to deal with. Oh, and one more favor. I'm fighting a foe much greater than my sons could ever have imagined. At some point in the future, I may find it necessary to request your assistance. Until that point, you're free to enjoy the exploration from my library on Myst. And thank you again.
Now, this is the point at which Myst Classic and Myst Masterpiece would end. You would have free roam of all the ages.
Oh, the book. You can use the Myst linking book towards...
As soon as I got control again, I will. There we go. But realMyst, there is an additional age here. And yeah, he's destroyed the red and blue linking books. But anyways, there is something new here in realMyst. And here it is, a new journal. Rhyme, I have named it. A desolate age with a beauty that is quite different than I expected or imagined. The intricate feathers of ice that fall from the sky are awe-inspiring. I feel as though I could sit and watch them for hours, and though it is cold here, like I have never experienced before, I find myself enjoying the change of temperature, for it is unlike any other place that I have ever seen. Perhaps the oddest thing is the silence. Although the wind blows on occasion, when it ceases there is a suffocating silence that falls on this place, broken only by the distant cries of unseen creatures. I have visited 3 times and am sure now that this age will provide the environment I need. I believe the cold temperature is necessary for obtaining the correct resonance. Examining the structure of the books is ever more perplexing, but I am driven onward by my need to understand. The great tree of possibilities can never be fully grasped, but I must at least try to find one particular branch. On the subject of enlightenment, I would also like to find the cause of the mysterious lights that shine in the darkness here. Though I never assumed that I would be able to build especially fast here, the speed at which I am progressing is somewhat disappointing. I do think I will bring Cirrus and Achenar, as well as some of the machinery from Selenitic, I guess is what it says. I've always thought it was Selentic, but it's Selenitic. Achenar chose to stay with Catherine, but Cirrus was rather excited to come. He has spent the last few days here with me, helping with the beginning phases of construction. He too seems to enjoy the ice and cold weather. He's intrigued with the crystals that we have brought with us. He has been a big help, as have others, and I hope to be able to begin my experiments here soon. Tonight, Cirrus and I found a wondrous spot to view the lights, although it seems they decided to hide from us. After sitting in the cold winds for over 2 hours, we saw nothing. It was rather disappointing. Cirrus will return to Myst tomorrow. He has been a tremendous aid to me, and I'm thankful for his willingness to help. The hard part of the construction is over, although I have decided after tonight that I would like to add some kind of observation post. I won't be finished as soon as I had hoped, although I am fairly certain it will be worth the delay in the long run. I've decided to take a break from the construction now that
now that the tunnel is almost complete, and I have been able to set up a temporary space where the crystals will not be stimulated. I'm quite convinced that with the right diffractive resonance, certain properties of the ink can be simulated. Catherine still finds it absurd and thinks I'm crazy to assume I will be able to view ages with stones, but her unusual pessimism has not convinced me to stop trying. I came too close to success on Everdunes. I'm fairly certain now that temperature indeed does have an effect on the crystals, but I've realized that temperature alone is not enough. The cold dampens some of the sympathetic harmonics, but a more active suppressor is necessary. I've acquired some geodes with a pure protected crystalline interior. Thin slices of the geodes below each crystal provide a stabilizing effect and even amplified the clean frequency slightly. After quite a bit of experimentation with the shapes and colors, I was able to capture a blurry image within a book. Though the link would never work, there was clearly an age on the other side. I can hardly wait to return and tell Catherine. I feel like I should finish the shaft of my observation post while I still have machinery here. Perhaps tomorrow morning. The lights were beautiful again last night. They had not shown themselves for so long that I had almost forgotten their beauty. I still must find the cause. I'm feeling rather overwhelmed with what remains to be done. The crystals have not been perfected, the shaft is not finished, nor is the observation post or even the lab. I have not seen Catherine for some time, and I long to spend more time with Akinar and Cirrus. Besides all of that, there are, far away, in the back of my mind, the thoughts of my people and our lost city. I dreamt again of them last night. I have seen the city in its worst condition, and still its beauty overwhelmed me. Even now, as I visualize how majestic it must have been before the destruction caused by Viovis and Alcaris, it amazes me and saddens me. I am fairly certain that Dunny is not dead as my father believed. I'm convinced that there must be some who managed to escape the destruction and even now continue to survive in separate ages. Within me is an urging to take the chance and return to Dunny to find these survivors and properly rebuild our city. However, I can do nothing until I am certain of the fate of my father. If my plan failed, if I missed a single book when attempting to trap him in Riven, then he has been free all along. If that is true, then all that stands between him and the ages I have now written is a link from Dunny to Myst. As much as I wish to return to Dunny, without knowing the state of my father, I cannot risk re-establishing that link. I must observe my father without re-establishing that link. It has taken several years, and there have been many dead ends, but I have partially succeeded that I have managed to view another age using the crystals. It is only a matter of time until but I partially succeeded. Now that I have managed to view another age using the crystals, it is only a matter of time until I view Riven. At least I hope. Catherine will have her ideas about all of these things, and I miss her greatly. I will return to Rhyme later when my mind has cleared. And now we have some really important things for going to Rhyme. 40 to get the topography button in the back, and 2735. I almost said 55. 2735, and I think that's the last page. Yes, this was a new age added specifically for realMyst, and it kind of links Riven and Myst together a little bit more closely, as well as tells us a little bit of the backstory about how the events of Myst came to be. But I don't know what to expect in Rhyme. I've never been there, so I don't know what we're going to see there. Anyways, we want 40. Oops, wrong way. There we go. 40 to get the topography. Go ahead and activate that again. And now go in the back for this switch, which you can only ever find if you play realMyst. That does what? I don't know what that did.